Alright, what's up, guys? So, a few days ago, I'm recording this on April 2nd, which is actually the same day that the Switch 2 is getting revealed through Nintendo's Direct. But today, we're talking about Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life, living the dream. I made a community post about this after I found out about it, basically right after it got announced. But I have I have Tomodachi Life videos kind of backed up for a few weeks, so I'm not going to be talking about it in a Tomodachi Life for a while. So I decided I'm going to make a separate video, kind of reacting to the trailer, giving my thoughts on it, and giving you guys a wish list of what I want to see from this game, what I would do with the game. Yeah, that's basically it. So let's get into this trailer. Okay, so right off the bat, when I saw that little fucking fart from the character, I had sort of an idea, because when I first saw this, the palm trees and shit, I said, "Holy shit, it's a new Animal Crossing." That was my first thought. It's a new Animal Crossing. I saw the little fart and I was like, wait a minute. Immediately I was like, oh my god, it's Tomodachi Life. And then I said, oh shit, these are Mii's.
How refreshing.
It was around that point when the girl said, how refreshing, where I was like, holy shit, it's Tomodachi Life. And then I saw this, and I was like, okay, it's definitely Tomodachi Life.
Tomodachi Life, living the dream.
Did you want to talk?
Glad that was only a dream.
Alright. So, it's a lot to unpack. Or to unpack, rather. But you get an idea of what this game is going to be. You get the name of the game. We know what year it's coming out, which is next year. And they give you this sort of island, I guess, to look at, and all that. And it kind of gives you an idea of what we got going on here. So it seems they have completely removed, Nintendo has removed the Mii apartments. It doesn't seem like Mii apartments are going to be a thing in this game. As you can see, we've got houses around here. You got house there. There's 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's probably more you can't see. Bunch of houses. You got this like centerpiece fountain thing, which is in the original game. And when I say original game, I mean Tomodachi Life for the 3DS. I know Tomodachi Collection came out before, but I'm not talking about that. Whoops. Didn't mean to unpause. Okay. We got the news station right here, which says today's news on the top, so that's cool. And then you got like this little sitting area out here with like a vending machines. You got another sitting area over here with more vending machines. You got a beach here. You got people sitting on benches and stuff. Over here, I can't really tell what it says. It looks like it's some sort of cafe. And then we've got these buildings up here, which we got Right Price, which I'm assuming is... What would this be? Like a clothing store. We got like a quick build. Not sure what that is. Maybe build stuff. I don't. It's interiors, but no, this would be it. Interiors right here. This would probably be the clothes store. Where and where? Fresh Kingdom. This looks like a supermarket or something, like a food store. And this is kind of all you get from it right off the bat. People are very excited for this. I am excited for this. I couldn't believe it when they actually announced this. I was watching this direct and thinking to myself, well, you know, the Switch 2 is going to be coming out, or they're going to be announcing it, showing it off in a few days. This direct is probably just going to be a bunch of nothing games and no one really cares about. And to be fair, that's how 99% of this freaking of that thing was. Other than Metroid Prime 4 and like a new Rhythm Heaven, there wasn't really anything like cool. And even those games didn't really like excite me. This excited me. I was very excited about this. So we go over and kind of, I guess, go over what I want for what I want for the game, kind of a wish list for the game. So one of the things that I want, let's start out from on the very top. And I'm going to kind of put this into different categories, I guess you can say. But like basically with things like the island itself, places you can go, things you can do, and then me-specific stuff as well. And so a lot of these are just kind of improving on the things that they already had in the old game, or just completely new things. So the first thing is having different island layouts to choose from. So the one that they show here in the trailer, I think this should just be one of many to choose from. Now, based on what they showed us, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And now, again, this is just a wish list. So, you know, none of these things could happen or all of them could happen. I would be floored if all of them happened, but it'd be the greatest game ever made. But different island layouts, kind of like Animal Crossing. If you guys played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you had different islands that you could choose from that were different shapes and sizes. Some had different kind of fruit trees and all that stuff, and their own pros and cons and stuff. Something like that would be cool. So every island feels different, and you're not just playing the same thing over and over. And another thing I would like, and this kind of ties into the different islands thing a little bit, is having multiple saves. So having multiple different islands with different Miis, and you can even have Miis from one island on your game travel from one island to another, or like visit it, or whatever. Online stuff as well, being able to visit your friends online, their island and their Miis and stuff like that. That would be cool. If you know, the original Tomodachi Life it only allows for one save. If you want to start completely from scratch, you have to delete the save. And as funny as it is when you delete the game and your Mii is basically begging you not to kill them, as funny as it is, I think it would be best for the series if we if they just allowed for multiple saves. There's really no reason why you can't. There wasn't really a good excuse for why you could only have one save in the first place. Now, Nintendo does have the tendency to do shit like that. Where they did the same thing with Animal Crossing New Horizons. You could only have one save. Excuse me. Which I thought was really lame. But that's how they did it. I don't want them to make the same mistake with this game. Another thing that I'm just going to throw this in right now. I'm really happy that they brought back the Miis. The Miis seemed like they were kind of sort of like a dead concept to a lot of people. Like, this is a Mii right here, obviously. it seemed like it was kind of a dead thing. Like they still used it, Mii's on occasion, but not as prevalently as they used to. And after Switch Sports came out and basically Nintendo changed the characters, they don't look like Mii's anymore. People were kind of saying that was the beginning of the end for the Mii's, but people love the Mii's, and they're back for this game, and that's fantastic. The only difference is that they're a little bit more high definition, which I really like. They still look cartoony, and they still look like Mii's, but they look better. Just higher fidelity, higher definition. But anyways, yes, have multiple different saves. You can travel between islands. That would be really cool. I think that would make up for the fact that there's probably less, that there would be less slots. If you remember Tomodachi Life, the Mii apartments max out at 100 apartments and like 50 homes or something like that. I don't think, based on what we were seeing, it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen in this game. Now, I could be wrong. There could be like upgrades and stuff. And I mean, I'm sure they'll reveal more at some point about this game. It's still a while away before it comes out. But as of right now, it looks like we're not going to have anywhere near as many homes or Mii's to have on a single island as the first game, and they can make up for that if they just let you have multiple islands. Because that's something that people have wanted for a long time anyway. I also just want like more places to go. So obviously we're gonna have the food mart, the clothes store, the hat store. Concert hall would be cool to come back. A cafe, we saw that, so it looks like we're probably gonna get the cafe. The news station, obviously clearly in frame. Another thing that's coming back. Amusement park, I added in here. I didn't see anything about an amusement park. Maybe it's something that you have to build and it unlocks. That would be cool. Maybe the island expands. And I'm going to touch on this a little bit more later with the whole expanding of the island and like making things bigger and better, and so you can do more the further you get into the game. But other things I would like to see put into the game would be a furniture store and sports center and a movie theater. Those are the three that I could come up with. The movie theater thing I think is a good idea because like the concert hall in the original game, you can make like musicals and stuff like that, musical numbers. With the movie theater, you can make your own custom movies. With the Mii's, you can give them their dialogue and you can watch these movies. And I think that would be really cool. It would allow for a lot of creativity for people playing the game, and it would fit with the quirkiness and weirdness and the fever dreamish vibes of Tomodachi Life. I've seen that idea being thrown around a few times with doing that, and I really like that idea. I think that would be really awesome. I personally don't really use the concert hall in the original game. Like, I don't really care to make songs and stuff. I don't think I've ever done it on the series I'm on. But so it's not something that's personally interesting to me, but the movie theater thing would be interesting, I think. A furniture store, and I'm gonna I guess I can touch on this a little bit now. The reason I would do a furniture store instead of an interior store, which it doesn't look like they're gonna go with that based off of what I'm seeing here. It looks like there's gonna be a renovation sort of interior store. Maybe you can just buy individual furniture. I don't know. But allow for more customization of our homes. Again, kind of like Animal Crossing, with them just letting you put furniture in Mii's apartments and letting them sit on it and stuff like that. And just allow for more customization in that department. Let them design what colored paint they want on their walls or wallpaper, or what furniture they have or what they use or stuff like that. for the houses and let you redesign the outside of the house too, because otherwise everything's going to look the same just with a different color. And the sports center, I thought it'd be cool if you could just like have a sports center where you can watch Mii's play sports. Maybe they have different teams they root for and you can watch them. I think that'd be cool as well. Houses and businesses upgrade and get bigger whenever you level up Mii's. So let's say, for example, the clothing store or whatever. The more you unlock things every day, the more items you could have available to you to buy, the more clothing items you give to your Mii's, the more they level up, the more it levels up the store. And it can make it so the store is bigger and better. Maybe not physically, but the interior maybe is different and looks better and bigger. And you have more options and stuff like that for customization. And I would say do that for the houses as well. The more you upgrade Mii's, the more it'll upgrade their house, make their house bigger and better and more options for customization and stuff. And kind of make people work for the customization that they want by just playing the game naturally. So moving on to kind of just Mii stuff in general. First of all, I think we definitely need Miitopia's Mii customization. And I definitely, to be honest with you, I feel like this is something that's already a given. It's going to be in the next game. Miitopia, Nintendo introduced this whole new Mii Maker, fully fleshed out new Mii Maker that is way better than the original Tomodachi Life or the Wii customization or 3DS Mii customization. And if they bring over the Mii Maker from Miitopia and all of its options like the wig and makeup and stuff like that, that would make for way more creativity, and I think that would be fantastic. I definitely think they're going to do that anyway, but that is absolutely something they need to do. Another thing is family tree settings. So it was a problem in the original game where and this is why I don't make family members, like real life family members, and put them in my Tomodachi Life. Well, one, because they're private people, no one really knows them. But two, I don't need family members dating each other. And while you can give a relation to your lookalike, you can't have what the relation is to other Mii's. So if I want to make my brother in the game and then make my sister, I can't tell the game that they're related in real life. So I'd like to have that option, to be able to have, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, mothers, fathers, grandmas, grandpas, all that good stuff, cousins, all that stuff. That way you're avoiding incest, basically. So that one seems pretty obvious. And kind of going off of the romance thing, I would say that we need different age groups for romance. There's no reason. I understand that they consider a 17-year-old and a 9-year-old to be a child, but there's no reason why they should be dating. So we really need to kind of limit that. I would say maybe the dating range is 13 and 14-year-olds, and then you get 15 and 16-year-olds, and then you get 17 and 18-year-olds, or just 17 and 16 or whatever, and then 18 and up after that. Whatever you want to do. Because there's no reason why a 17-year-old should be dating a 9-year-old in Tomodachi Life. It's just weird. And that's why I avoid making kid Mii's altogether. It's just, if I keep every character, no matter if they're a real person or not, they're an adult in real life. most of them are based off of real people. Like in my personal Tomodachi life, I got people like Keanu Reeves and Ariana Grande and celebrities and stuff. They're all like grown adults, so it's just a lot easier and less weird. But definitely do better with customization of kid Miis. And another thing about kid Miis is kids would go to school, so I guess there would be a school on the island as well, and you can help the kids with their homework if they need it or whatever to help them with their grades. I think that would be a cool little feature to have, like during the day or whatever you have kids in school getting an education, you know. Where else are we at? Our new personality types. I think there's 16 in the original game. I think we need to up that to maybe like 25 or 30. Maybe that's too much for you, but I think allowing for more personality types allows more variety for different Miis, because especially in the first game, if you get 100 Miis and there's only 16 different types, you're gonna have a lot of people with who are basically the same person, and it gets boring because it feels like a lot of the Miis are exactly the same. So we need a little bit more variety in personality types and likes and dislikes and stuff like that. And I don't know, man, maybe make the likes and dislikes make sense a little bit. It's kind of random how it is, I would say, let's say this, if you make like the favorite color thing, the favorite color thing in Tomodachi Life doesn't really matter. All it does is change the color of their shirt, and that's about it. But it would actually make sense that, say, if you make somebody's favorite color black or blue, and if you buy them a black or blue hat or shirt or piece of clothing or whatever, that they would be more likely to like it than they would something that's pink or yellow or purple. But in Tomodachi Life, it doesn't really matter what your favorite color is, other than just showing what color shirt they wear by default until they inevitably ask you for new clothes, and then it doesn't matter anymore. So, new personality types and make favorite color makes sense. I just kind of threw that one in there. New items and gifts. So, anytime you upgrade, you give them a gift, or you give them a gift, and that's fine. I mean, like those work. I like them. Some of them serve a good purpose. But some of the things that they give you for helping them out with issues or whatever, like they would give you a swing or a kaleidoscope or a travel ticket or whatever. We need more types of gifts. Maybe something a little... And you can kind of use it to your advantage with the whole customization thing. Maybe you help somebody with a problem, and they have the chance of giving you a chair or a couch or a new wallpaper for your house or something like that. So, you can really expand upon getting gifts, and obviously... maybe even an interior or whatever it is. Maybe you can use... I would say this. Put interiors and furniture in the game. You can have furniture in the game for people who really want to deep dive into it and get really customizable. But you can also keep the original interiors for people who don't feel like getting too involved with what the Mii's houses look like and all that. So do stuff like that. So... New items and gifts. I don't know what they would put into the game. I haven't really thought too hard about like what items they would put in the game. That's kind of up to Nintendo to figure that out. So that's what I would say about that. And finally, the last thing is, and this is the biggest one probably for a lot of people, but allowing for more romance between the same gender, same sex couples, same-sex relationships, different sexual orientations, allow for, gay, bi, lesbian, straight, whatever you want. Allow that to be customizable. and obviously everything with gender and pronouns and all that, because people are going to want those as well. Put those all in the game because people are going to want those things. And I mean, it's 2025. It'll be 2026 by the time the game comes out. Those are just things that have to be in the game if Nintendo wants to avoid any backlash. So those are absolutely things that need to be in the game. And honestly, it is annoying when my current Tomodachi life that there isn't an option for gay couples. I have a couple of characters that are gay in my game, and you can't make them gay. The best way you can make them gay is by making them the opposite gender of what they really are, and just make them look like it. Like I made Ellie from The Last of Us. She is a lesbian in the Last of Us games, but I can't make her date girls in Tomodachi life unless I make her a guy technically, and just make her look like a girl. So I do that, but it would be a lot easier and nicer if you could just allow for it. And even when you do that, even when you solve that problem, it doesn't solve the bisexuality problem. You can't date both genders. So that's something that needs to be in the game. And I think Nintendo basically confirmed, because after the first game came out and people got upset about there not being same-sex relationships, they apologized and said, if they ever make another game, that they would make sure that it's in the game. So I'm not afraid that Nintendo isn't going to do it or whatever. I think they absolutely do it. I think they have to do it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Tomodachi Life. There's my sort of kind of wish list. What other things do you want put into the game? And are you excited for this game? Because I know I am. All right. See you guys later.